That's why I wanted to wait until the initial hype for this topic died down before really bringing it up and getting into it, as I kind of like time to really sit and think about things and process stuff and all that good shit. I don't know if you heard that. That was my chair. This chair is old. I've bitched about it a lot in my videos over the years. I need a new one like bad. Um, so there's two rumors going around. There's one rumor being that CM Punk is on his way back to WWE, and the other rumor is that Dave Meltzer apparently reported that WWE is not interested whatsoever in bringing CM Punk back. Now, that could mean something if it wasn't coming out of Dave Meltzer's mouth. That's really all I need to say about Dave Meltzer. So, that's that. I don't believe for one second that that's what happened. I don't believe that WWE rejected CM Punk's proposition to come back. I don't believe that for one second. So, CM Punk returning to WWE has got that, just the idea of that has stirred up a lot of controversy on the internet because there are people that believe that he should be brought back to the WWE, and there are people that think that after his AEW drama, he should be nowhere near the WWE, should be nowhere near the world of professional wrestling. Now, how do I personally feel about the WWE and possibly bringing CM Punk back? I think that they should bring CM Punk back 100%, but but he needs to be on a really tight leash. I think bringing CM Punk back to WWE is really going to help out. Like you got to admit, AEW is in a way good competition for the WWE, and they just brought Edge in, who's my favorite wrestler of all time. But the problem with that is that doesn't even get me interested in watching AEW. Okay, I liked AEW when it first started. I can't stand AEW now. I can't stand the current product, as I believe there's not much. They don't do a good job telling stories. They just randomly throw matches together. I kind of feel like they realize that they can't build their own stars like WWE can. Um, yeah, AEW lately is just not for me. So you got them. You got AEW bringing in Edge, and I'm sure they'll probably bring in a bunch of legends as well. And on the other side with WWE, you got them bringing Rock back. You got them bringing Cena back. You've got them. You had the Undertaker come out on NXT the other night and chokeslam Braun Breaker. Like you're bringing all the. They just signed. What was her name? Fucking Jade Cargill. I believe that's how you pronounce her last name. I don't know too much about her, but apparently she's supposed to be a pretty good wrestler. Um, I remember watching her in AEW for a little bit when I still used to watch AEW. I didn't, like I said, I didn't know a whole lot about her, but WWE is bringing all these stars in, and what that's doing is that's kind of initiating a ratings war. So I think bringing CM Punk back would, I mean, really, you think about it, CM Punk is probably one of the biggest draws in the business right now. Okay, CM Punk sells tickets. CM Punk puts asses in the seats. Okay, and that's part of why I feel like WWE should bring CM Punk back. But like I said, they need to have him on a tight leash, and the reason for that being is, I mean, you know about the AEW drama, the all-out press scrum and or the media scrum, the fights with the elites backstage, and then there's the confrontation with Jack Perry at the pay per view in fucking London. Yeah, that was that confrontation because CM Punk, I guess, decided that it was too dangerous for Jack Perry to be slammed on real glass. Which, really, to be honest with you, I agree with CM Punk. I think it's very dangerous to be slammed on real glass. They could have just put sugar glass inside the window, and it would have been infinitely safer. But that led to an altercation, and then supposedly CM Punk lunged at Tony Khan. And Tony Khan fired CM Punk. And truthfully, I honestly believe that CM Punk should have been fired for that. Okay. And that kind of plays an important factor here because Tony Khan, it took all that for Tony Khan to finally fire CM Punk, to finally have enough of it and fire CM Punk. WWE will not tolerate that. They will not tolerate it once. Tony Khan tolerated that type of drama on more than one occasion. WWE will not tolerate it. If Punk tries anything like that, Punk's gone. So that's what I mean by having Punk on a tight leash. As well as you need to make it very, very clear to Punk that he's not the one in charge. Okay. So what I mean by that is, you remember back in the PG era of WWE, where CM Punk dropped the pipe bomb, and Punk basically just wanted to see him. That I don't know if that's what really was going through Punk's mind, but apparently he wanted to, according to all the internet, the IWC people, he just wanted to see himself at the top, and I think that that's true to some degree. I don't know if CM Punk's whole intention was to just go into business for himself and put himself at the top and not put anybody else over or anything. I don't know. I'm not CM Punk, so I don't know. But what I do know is that if CM Punk is brought back to WWE, that shouldn't be a thing. That needs to be established with Punk very early on in the signing of CM Punk. But I do definitely think WWE should bring CM Punk back. I definitely 100% agree with the idea of bringing CM Punk back on a leash. Um, like I said, we are in a time where there is competition again. Okay, I remember when fucking TNA was considered competition with WWE, and then they brought Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff in, and yeah, that ended very quickly. That ended as soon as it started, or as quick as it started, rather. That's not going to be WWE will not allow that to be the same thing. WWE is literally the biggest professional wrestling company in the world, and AEW is probably a close second. And this will get another thing that I wanted to mention with bringing CM Punk back was that this will get casuals into it because they all know who CM Punk is. This will bring the casuals back. A lot of the casuals, this is not a statement I particularly agree with, but people say no, none of the casuals watch AEW. I believe that there are a lot of casuals that watch AEW, but at the same time, maybe there's a lot of AEW has this thing where they cater to the hardcore fans, where they bring in the indie darlings and stuff like that, and the legends and all that. They do cater to the hardcore fan base a lot, and that's not why I don't like AEW. I already told you why I don't like AEW. But a lot of people that follow WWE don't watch AEW. So they're not even really, a lot of them, if they're casuals and they don't follow AEW, they probably have no idea that Punk was even in AEW for the last year, 2 years. So this would be, to them, CM Punk's return to professional wrestling. That's the way that's just the way that it is. Um, so like I said, my advice would be just to keep Punk on a leash. And I definitely, the way I feel about Punk is I feel like Punk would want to come back to WWE. If I were Punk, I would want to come back. I mean, CM Punk. I mean, when he walked out of well, they say he quit WWE. Really, he got fired. He got a package in the mail saying that with his severance papers in it from WWE on his wedding day. So he was fired. He didn't walk away from WWE. He didn't want to be in WWE because of creative differences. And this, bear in mind, this is years ago now. This is almost 10 years ago. Creative differences, and he didn't feel like he was getting enough of an opportunity, and he developed a hatred for professional wrestling. And he went and tried UFC. That didn't really work out too well. He did comic books. He did some movies, or he did a movie. I can't remember. Um, so when he was approached to come back to professional wrestling in AEW, I believe that CM Punk wholeheartedly came back with the intention of making professional wrestling good again. It's just there's at a certain point in AEW where things just kind of started going wrong. Things started spinning out of control with CM Punk. And I think that CM Punk is not a perfect person. I think he has a lot of issues. We all do, and that's why I don't sit there and say CM Punk's an asshole like everybody else does. I kind of empathize with CM Punk a little bit. I really am not gonna be, I'm not gonna sit here and say that this man is an asshole because of what all has happened in AEW. Okay, A lot of people think that, like I said, WWE doesn't need the drama backstage. Well, the WWE doesn't have to have the drama backstage with CM Punk. They don't. Okay, they have their own set of rules. WWE does. Okay, I think that WWE is a better run company than AEW because I mean Tony Khan's not really a boss. Tony Khan, what he is he's just a mark. Okay, he's a mark. He marks out whenever big like old legends and indie darlings and whatnot sign with his company. He's not a boss like Vince McMahon was. Vince McMahon was a boss. Now Vince McMahon was a piece of shit too. But Vince McMahon was a boss. He knew how to be a boss. Triple H is the same way. Triple H, like to be honest with you, I wasn't a big fan of him as a wrestler, as a booker, and having creative control. I've agreed with some of his decisions. I've not agreed with some other decisions that he's made, but Triple H will fire CM Punk's ass if CM Punk starts that shit. So that's why I think CM Punk should be brought back. CM Punk, I think, deserves another shot in WWE, and if he screws up and starts this shit again, that's on him. That's on nobody but himself. So yeah, I think WWE should take a chance on CM Punk, considering that there's competition again, and you gotta beat AAW in the AEW in the ratings. Okay, bringing back Cena, Rock, all them are going to boost your fucking ratings because people want to see Cena, Rock, CM Punk. That's what people want to see. Okay, AEW, they're out there signing guys. WWE, I really believe needs to take a chance on CM Punk. They need to take a gamble, sign him to a contract, establish ground rules with him. Maybe give him a world title shot with the understanding that maybe he's gonna or that he is gonna have to lose the title to somebody young up and coming. You need to sit down with him and you need to write out a contract. You don't need to just start throwing money at him. Hey, come join our company again for the ratings boost. No, you need to sit down with Punk and write a contract out. Now, I realize contracts aren't really worth the paper they're printed on, but what I'm saying is that, like, look, if you don't abide by if you start this bullshit, if you start the bullshit that you started up over in AEW, even though I don't believe he started up all of it, but then you're gone. You need to sit down and write up a fucking contract is the way I feel about it. But yeah, CM Punk coming back to WWE, yeah, preferably a lot of people think he should come back at Survivor Series. I think he should come back at the Royal Rumble. But that's just me. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you disagreed with me, hey, that's cool. But this is just my personal opinion. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm out. Peace.